everybody, and welcome to the VGWA. I'm Cobretti.
And I'm Wally.
And thank you for joining us today as we take a look at WrestleMania 39 predictions using WWE 2K23 and Fire Pro World. We will be taking a look at the card as of today, Friday, March 24th. Recorded before SmackDown, and it looks like we'll be making predictions for each night of the card since WrestleMania is only a week away and the WWE hasn't announced the order of the matches yet. Opening match for WrestleMania Night 1, the Fatal 4-Way Men's Tag Team WrestleMania Showcase. This match proved to have too many cooks in the kitchen for Fire Pro Wrestling World or 2K23 to be able to run a simulation.
I am very disappointed that WWE 2K23 couldn't handle the men's 4-way tag match. But for my prediction, I believe Braun Strowman and Ricochet will win this one.
My prediction is going to be the Street Profits winning with the Viking Raiders eating the pin. Wrestling pin.
When did Homer Simpson get possessed by The Undertaker?
Our prediction for the next match is Rey versus Dominik Mysterio. With my personal predictions, I'm disagreeing with both WWE 2K23 and Fire Pro, and going with the winner being Dominik Mysterio, winning by disqualification, and agreeing with Fire Pro World for the match length and number of finishers, but going with 2K for the number of pin attempts.
And supporting the Spanish announce table, I'm going with Rey Mysterio as the winner, performing the 5-star splash off the top rope, showing Dominik who his true daddy is. I'm also going with Fire Pro for match length and finishers, and 2K for pin attempts. And the next match on the card is Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul.
For this match, I'm going to agree with Fire Pro for the winner, win type, and pin attempts, and agreeing with WWE 2K for match length and finisher. They're going to have to make Logan Paul more than a high-paid, high-profile jobber, right?
I don't think WWE can beat his YouTube salary.
Speaking of no good influencers, make sure to like and subscribe.
Not sure who we're influencing, but still, subscribe. For this match, I'm going with 2K for the winner, the match length, the win type, and the finishers. But I'm going to go with Fire Pro for the pin attempts.
Now moving on to our next match, the Triple Threat Intercontinental title match. For the Intercontinental match, I agree with 2K for winner, win type, and pin attempts, and agree with Fire Pro for the match length, but we'll pull the Price is Right move and say 7 finishers.
And I'm going with 2K as well for the winner, the pin attempts, and it's a tie between 2K and Fire Pro for the finishers. But I am going strictly with Fire Pro for match length.
Our next predicted match is the Sandwich versus Damage Control, BLT, Becky, Lita, and Trish. I'm disagreeing with both Fire Pro Wrestling and WWE 2K23 and going with the winners being Damage Control, with the match length, win type, and a number of pin attempts following Fire Pro, but replacing Lita hitting the moonsault with Io Sky. And I also think this is going to be a finisher fest, so I'm agreeing with 2K with the number of finishers.
While Cobretti and Wally love to disagree with each other, I'm going with 2K as the winner of BLT. Trish Stratus winning the match, but the finisher actually being the Stratus faction. On the other hand, I am going to go with Fire Pro in the match length, the pin attempts, and the finishers. So this next match is going to bring up some controversies. The Usos versus Sami Zayne and KO. Are they putting the Usos on the first night so they could continue the most popular storyline they have going on between the two nights?
The disagreeable Cobretti is disagreeing with both games again and saying that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to win. I agree with Fire Pro for the match length, win type, and number of pin attempts, and the number of finishes, I agree with 2K.
Since Cobretti has a history of being wrong all the time, there's a big possibility this time we're both wrong, as I went with Sami and KO winning with this match, while Fire Pro taking match length, pin attempts, and finishers. Our next match is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which, if you remember, Cobretti was correct on the Royal Rumble winner of Rhea Ripley. Don't let it go to your head.
For this match, I'm going with 2K for the winner, pin attempts, and number of finishers, and Fire Pro for the match length. However, disagreeing with both games, with the match ending with a riptide and the pin.
The other colleague here is going with 2K as well, as the winner, as the pin attempts, and the finishers. But I'm saying that she's going to win with the riptide. and the match length going to Fire Pro.
So that concludes our predictions of the predicted Night 1. And now moving on to WrestleMania Night 2. We are predicting that the women's Fatal 4-Way is going to open up Night 2. We are making this prediction because they haven't even announced all the participants yet. So, of course, that leads me to believe that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to win because they're the only participants we know about.
Not knowing who the other competitors are for the 4-way women's wrestling match, I am going with Rodriguez and Liv Morgan as the winners as well. On Night 2, we'll have Edge versus Finn Balor, who will maybe be the Demon.
For this match, I'm agreeing with both games, with Edge emerging victorious, agreeing with Fire Pro for match length and 2K for pin attempts, but a spear for the win. I disagree with both games on number of finishers at 0, and my personal prediction, I am going with a total of 5.
As 2K23 simulation was boring, I am going with Finn Balor as the winner, winning with the coup de grace, and I agree with Fire Pro for match length and finishers, but agree with 2K for pin attempts.
Our next predicted match for Night 2 is Bianca Belair versus Asuka. For this match, I'm agreeing with WWE 2K23 for winner, win type, and finishers, but agree with Fire Pro for match length and pin attempts.
In this match, I'm going with 2K for the winner, the win types, pin attempts, and finishers, but going with Fire Pro for the match length. And the next match is Austin Theory versus Coverboy John Cena for the United States Championship.
I'm going to go with a non-traditional pick and say that John Cena is going to win this match. With WWE looking to sell their company, they will be looking to load with as much star power as they can get.
Is that why The Rock will be at WrestleMania?
But his win will come by a DQ, so the title will not change hands. I'll go ahead and agree with Fire Pro for match length and pin attempts, and go with 2K for amount of finishers.
So this time, I'm going to be the controversial one and say that Austin Theory is going to win the match. And I'm going to go with 2K for the pin attempts and the finishers. And I'm going to go with Fire Pro for the match length and the pin attempts. But Theory's going to win with the A-Town down, taking out Cena.
And right before the main event, we're going to have the cool-down match. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I'm agreeing with both video games for this match, with Lesnar being the winner, and then agreeing with 2K for match length, but all other variables go to Fire Pro.
And I'm going with 2K23 as Lesnar the winner for the match length, the win type, and the pin attempt. But I'm going with Fire Pro for finishers. Can we say Suplex City in this one? My prediction for the main event on Night 2 is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. I have to be right on this one.
For this match, I'm agreeing with 2K for number of pin attempts, but going with Fire Pro for everything else, with outside interference helping Roman Reigns win. With the WWE building up Roman Reigns to surpass Hulk Hogan's Golden Era title reign. Okay, probably not, because then he would have to retain past next year's WrestleMania, but I do think that they'll build up to a Cody versus Roman 2.
Cobretti and I are always on a different page when it comes to championship matches. For me, I'm going with 2K for the winner, the win type, and the pin attempts. Going with Fire Pro for the match length, and it's a tie with 2K and Fire Pro for the finishers.
Thank you for joining us today, and make sure to come join us next time for Wrestle Rank, where we're going to review WrestleMania for the NES.